There's no way he can win it.
Probably not. Probably not.
I don't see how.
I don't know. It feels like the Bengals making the playoffs. Like, probably a path.
No, I don't think he has any path to win. I do wonder if he is.
Wow, don't believe him. Time now for a segment so hot you can put your stockings near it and Santa will come and fill them up. It's Upset Alert.
Oh, because it's a fire.
It's a hot segment.
I get it. Sorry.
Sometimes it's so hot my grandmother puts it in her
Oh,
eggnog.
it is hot.
Wow.
Upset Alert standings. Brew. Hold on, I'm losing?
I told y'all, I'm making
I got it.
I didn't know I was
Got my
losing by
second
that
win.
much. Gee whiz.
Yeah.
Brew
You've
got
been
a
stuck
big one
on
this
26
past
and a
week.
half for a long time.
That hurt my feelings.
I mean,
Greg and them been stuck too.
All right, Greg.
Greg and Coach.
The board is yours. You are in
Yeah.
first place.
Well, I'm going to be consistent with this week and where I've been focused, and that's with the Texans.
No,
Yeah,
Greg.
come Nick.
It's a
Greg.
good pick.
I don't expect you to pick it, so I'm going to pick it.
Okay, that's fair.
Coach is going to be
Texans.
so disappointed in him.
I'm still standing on business with C.J. Stroud and the Texans, and it's when you look at this defense, and we can show their numbers. When you look at this defense, this is how they can win this game. And I get it, the Kansas City Chiefs defense is really good as well. But when you look at points per game, a lot like 9th, 6th, this is a really good defense. And where the Kansas City Chiefs struggle and where their struggles have been is in the passing game. If you can stifle them in the running game and force them to actually lean on Hollywood Brown and some of these receivers that they haven't had a tremendous amount of success and get after Patrick Mahomes. I know we kind of gawk at Tim Settle for making the statements, but you said it. They have a really good defensive front, and they can get after the quarterback. Mahomes has been hit more than any quarterback in the National Football League. This is the second best sack unit that they're going up against in the Houston Texans. If they can get after Patrick Mahomes, rattle him, I don't want to see him get injured, keep him healthy for 4 quarters, but come on up with the dub. CJ, you still got to do your part on the offense side of the ball.
Hollywood Brown. It feels like we kind of think, I don't know, maybe I'm putting words in your brain. Oh, Hollywood Brown is back. Time to start cooking. We've seen other people this kind of go 2 ways. Guy comes back, looks like they didn't miss a beat. Guy comes back, either rusty, timing's off. Which way do you think this is going to go?
Yeah, I think there's such a great pass rush, which then helps and supports their pass defense, which is really good as well. I don't think this is a game where we can gauge, oh yeah, Hollywood's going to make a massive difference, because their pass defense that they're going up against is going to try to disrupt them as well.
I don't think he's going to have some massive game. I just think it gets him and Patrick a chance to have game reps together.
What would surprise you if he had?
I think if he has more than 50 yards, I'd be surprised.
Oh, okay.
But what does give me optimism about Hollywood quickly is because it was a chest injury and not lower body, he's been able to stay in shape, so to speak. Like, they've shown him, you know what I mean, as far as running and cardio stuff. So it's not going to be that type of like, oh, he, is on a pitch count from a reps perspective. Yeah. It's just going to be get on the same page with Patrick timing.
It'd be great if they hit a one deep ball. That'd be great.
I mean, they haven't
You
hit
don't
one in a
want
while.
that.
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying. I do, for Hollywood's sake.
Yeah.
And
Nice guy.
Might hurt you.
He's not serious, man. He's like rooting for both teams.
I am going with the Commanders over Nick's Philadelphia Eagles.
Wow.
This actually might push Nick toward the Rams. Maybe on Monday when we get here, he's going to be flirting with the Rams again. But look, obviously I think Philadelphia is better than Washington, but they're due for a loss.
Oh, the old
They
due
won
for a
10
loss.
straight, right? How many did the Chiefs win straight
won
games before they lost? 10?
10.
Okay, Philadelphia, or not Philly, Buffalo. Detroit won 11.
Yep.
All right, it's time for an L. I don't think they're going 15-2. Washington obviously they're not in the playoffs for certainty yet.
Correct.
So they're only a game ahead of Seattle.
Cowboys still alive because of them.
Technically, so Washington's got to come out there and get this win. And look, quarterback-wise, Jaden Daniels, Nick, we had that little mid-season swoon. This is for the season. I mean, he's putting up better numbers than Jalen Hurts. He's just had a better season, period. But lately, after, he had the rib injury, as you pointed out several times, and maybe that slowed him down a bit. The last 2 games, 5 touchdown passes, 1 running, and only 1 interception, about a 116 passer rating. So he is he's back to what he was early in the season. And so I expect him to have a good game. And like I said, just a little let down by the Eagles. No team in the NFC East, or I should say only one team in the NFC East, has gone undefeated in the division the past 20 years. Only one team in the past 20 years. Philadelphia right now undefeated. Division games, you know, are really tough, even if you're better than that team. So I think Washington gets this one.
It's a great pick, bro.
Thank you. This is when I catch Greg and Coach this week.
We'll see.
Well, Brew, to be fair,
I'm
you
still going.
can't catch them this
Well, get closer.
What's up?
Right on their heels. Get them scared.
Just right down.
You need one, Wildes.
Division games are really tough, even if you're better than that team. Wow. Wiser words, rarely spoken. Time now for the Puxatani Phil of Upset Alerts to make his picks. Yes, I live in a log and I'm covered with fur, and I can see the future. Patriots might beat the Bills.
Wait, what?
It's an alert. Might beat the Bills, definitely cover. Okay? It's a little Knicks picks kind of, you know? They might beat them, definitely cover. Here's why. Bills defense, we talked about it earlier. Josh Allen is playing so great, no one talks about the Bills defense. It's like I told you, it's like the Homelander meme.
There we go.
Oh, no one's talking about me? Something horrible happened over here? Oh, Bills defense has been absolutely brutal these last two games, but because Josh has been so wonderful, he gets all the headlines. Last two games, 43 points, 500 yards, 400 yards passing. You can run on, you can do anything you want. Granted, it's the Lions, but it's also the Rams. Patriots played the Rams. They're good, but they're not. Gee whiz. They scored 40 points on him. How's Drake May doing? Last two games, 81.1 completion percentage. Only Jared Goff. He just played the Bills. That sure helps. And Jaden Daniels, who you like, we're talking about him beating the Eagles, have had a better two-game stretch this year. So Drake's playing well. Finally, and this is when I get really I was talking to the Sharps in Vegas about this. 10-point underdogs within the division. Wow. All of these teams covered except the Commanders versus Dallas. Last year, the Patriots got very, very close, but we didn't get the ball back. Didn't get Bailey Zappi.
Didn't you also beat them last year?
Yes.
Yeah.
We're at home. With that one, we were at home.
There was a different guy wearing the headset, though.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah, a guy, such a great coach, he couldn't. No NFL team wanted him. Final point about Gerard Mayo. This is, and in all seriousness, this is a moment in time where it started to be a little bit of rumbles from the Boston media, who just are going to be mad at everybody all the time. It's just it's fine. About the way that Mayo was handling the press conferences. He's kind of stepped in it a few times. Sure. Then all of a sudden, but Kraft is in on Mayo, supposedly. Then there starts to be a little bit of Vrabel droppings. Like, hey, Vrabel's interested. Now it's like, oh, what's going on? We're going to find out if the team is really behind Gerard Mayo, like we saw the Cowboys really behind Mike McCarthy, not just in the press, but actually how you play. So if he plays aggressive and we keep it close and don't lose by 14 points, we're good. And if we win the game,
oh man,
watch out.
Wow. You and me.
Watch out.
Watching together, having a great
we'll
time.
Be there,
We're
right
for
there.
the Patriots.
Right
What's the time now for Wildes?
It's time now for Nick's picks. Another hot week, 2-1.
A 2-1 week, 27-17-1. That's 61% against the spread. Jets laying 3 against the Jags, no problem. Carolina is a bad bet by me. Tampa wins by 23. They were 3-point dogs. All right, so here's the deal. 27-17-1, 61%. It's printing money. Danny Parkins and his stupid throne and fake money and ridiculous jewelry is at 64%. That is wildly impressive. Not only am I going to run him down, his fall is going to be epic. This week, we have 2 picks diametrically opposed with each other. Before I reveal the first one, let me tell you something, because one of my picks I saw, I was like, wait, my line's a half point different than Danny's. How could this be?
We're sponsored by DraftKings.
We all use DraftKings. Little birdie told me that in the mornings, maybe a little less oversight, They do line shopping.
What?
Whatever team he wants, he checks all the sports books in America. So I'm not saying, and says gives a half point matters a lot in these things. So I'm not saying putting big fat asterisks next to Danny's record. I'm just saying mine is DraftKings stamp of approval.
Right.
First game, while Danny's laying 6 with Pittsburgh or with Baltimore, I'm going to go ahead and take the Steelers getting 6.5. Guys, this is the most obvious bet of the year. Lamar Jackson, in his career, 1-4 straight up against the Steelers, 0-5 against the spread. The last decade, 19 games between these two teams. The underdog has covered 16 of the 19 times. Pittsburgh, 8-0 their last 8 games against the spread as 4+ point dogs. And Mike Tomlin as a divisional underdog, 26-9-2. Check, 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 check. I'm getting almost a full touchdown with a team that already beat them, with a team that can win the game in the series that it's always 2 or 3 points. What are we talking about? Next, KW, let's ride. New
Wow.
England, plus 14 and I spoiled it, but that's fine.
Okay, I like it.
Washington, getting 3.5. Brew, let's ride. I'm with you on this one.
Let's do it.
Listen, so 80% of the money is on Philadelphia. Feels awful square to me. Divisional game. This game is 27-24 in one direction or another. I'm not sure which one. I know that I'm getting a home team that doesn't have the playoffs locked up, with a quarterback that's playing great, getting more than a field goal, and the added bonus, Parkins is on the Eagles. Oh, thank you very much. Commanders plus 3.5. Now, KW.
Here we go.
Let's ride. Patriots getting 14 and the hook. Teams after they play the Lions, 3-10 against the spread.
That's interesting.
Dan Campbell's out here eating kneecaps, beating teams up. They don't blow people out. Josh Allen as a 10+ point favorite. 0-3 his last 3 games against the spread. New England's only lost by 14 points once since the Prince did it to him back in mid-October when the Prince was healthy and potentially surging. And last but not least, everyone was all focused on Patrick Mahomes' ankle. Nobody was focused on, wait, did Josh Allen get x-rays after that game? He did. So what does that mean? There were back x-rays. Do we think that the Bills are going to be running their most efficient play in their offense, the Josh Allen run? No, they're not. They're just going to try to get out of there with a victory. They're just going to try to keep everybody safe.
Very interesting.
I'm getting 14.5 points. I can't help but take it. So I'm taking 3 dogs this week, and I'm running down Parkins. Baltimore plus 6.5. Washington plus 3.5. New England plus 14.5. I'm with you two on your 2 upset alert picks. Greg's going to get 0 points and be wrong. I'm going to go 3-0. Let's go.
I love it.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get more from the show and to check out clips from other shows on FS1.